We reset for the new year as a self-proclaimed power couple. This time of year, we love to have our big annual partner summit. We talk about our favorite memories from the last year and what we learned, and then set some goals individually and together for the next year. We talk about how we're going to help each other and sum it up with a mission statement. We make a whole date night out of this, and honestly, I look forward to it every year. I've put together a little guide for you guys with all the questions we use, so you can find that in my bio if you want to give it a try with your partner. Here's how we
Um, this this went viral. Um, a lot of people don't like it. They decided to insult this power couple, even though I want to say that I do find it wholesome, at least the aspect that they're spending time together and they're communicating. They seem to love each other despite the facial expression that the man has here. Maybe they did like 500 takes and he's a little bit bored. But why do people hate it? And the answer is that it's cringe. But the second question is, why is it cringe? And it's because they're bringing the corporate culture at home. Most people despise and hate corporate culture because it's fake, it's plastic, and it's woke. But more importantly, it's a job. Like you're forced to do these things when you're at the corporation. Like this silly little dance right here that they're doing in the beginning, right? All of this is designed by psychologists, and it's being promoted at the office to alleviate stress and to create what appears to be a culture of people having fun. But the reality is that if you're in a group with like 10 or 15 people, maybe 2 or 3 are genuinely having fun, but the rest are having to do these dances because they're forced. People like myself, especially when I go to the office, when I used to, I would go there to work. I wasn't going there to do silly dances and to do the office Macarena and other type of shit. I wanted to go there, do my job, and go home. But unfortunately, there was this idea of the corporate family. And much to their bewilderment, they didn't know that I do have a family at home. They would prefer if I don't. But for people like me, this was a pain. And yet we had to do it in order to quote-unquote fit in. So to see someone else doing it at home, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just cringe. Like, come on, don't bring the office at home. What are you doing? And then you have like these things. I mean, it's not a personal improvement project, I guess, but you've printed this thing out with like year in review, and you're writing the. It's not a bad thing. Like, as a couple, writing things down, especially like the good things and talking about it, is nice. But the environment itself is so corporate, isn't it? Like, you're doing it on this wooden table with the laptops open. Do the laptops have to be there? Again, it's triggering for me because again, it screams corporate. But if they like it. Again, I suppose they're happy, right? Like, that's why they're doing this. So I can't really criticize them for it. Posting it on the internet, however, opens you up to criticism. And I did try to explain my best why do people find it so cringe. Like when you look at these dances that you get to see in the beginning, again, like these are psychological dances. And it tries to infantilize adults, right? Like these are dances that kids do. Like, no one is this happy at the workplace, right? And the reason they want to infantilize adults is to create corporate drones that obey. Like corporate drones that do what they are told, that follow what they're told. And they don't really think for themselves. They lack creativity. They just do the thing. It's very insidious when you actually get into the corporate culture. because you have to take into account, I understand that many leftists believe that corporations are benevolent because they care about the environment and, they promote diversity, inclusivity, and equity. But in reality, they don't. They want to make money. And, the corporations, they haven't changed in the last 10 years. They still want to abuse their employees as much as possible. And one of the ways they do it is through the corporate culture. And when you actually read the psychology behind it, right? Like you don't read what the HR lady tells you to read. You read what the HR lady studies at the academia. And you realize that it's some harrowing shit. Like all of these things are designed, if you can get past the academic jargon and you realize what they're actually saying, they are designed to infantilize people, to make them feel like children. I mean, if you go online and you look at some corporations, They have the workplace that looks like a kindergarten. Like, I'm not kidding. It's colorful. Like, some of them even have a ball pit. I think Google actually has a ball pit. So they have, like, ball pits, and they have Nerf guns and toys and kittens and shit. And it's like, come on. Come on. It's so obvious what they are trying to do. But some people fall for it. They legitimately, think that it's a friendly space and it's a nice environment. But in reality, everything is designed so that you spend more time at work. So that you spend overtime, so that you do the crunch. That's the reason that they're doing it. It's not in order to make you feel like you're part of the family. Because, like, this is another thing. They will say you're part of the family until they get you fired. And after they get you fired, do they ever call? Do they ever care about you? Do they ever? No, of course not, right? The video itself is very corporate, right? Like showing these things with the lady talking over it and having like these little snippets with like reset for the new year, power couple, like the candle, like all of these things are incredibly cool. Like this looks like a focus room, doesn't it? Looks like a focus room inside of a corporation, right? Like they left the open office and now they're in the focus room. At least the pan shot and the way it's being presented. Again, I got nothing against them. If this is how you want to celebrate your New Year's, and it's fine. I mean, they're a couple. They're happy. They're not talking about a divorce. The man isn't being humiliated, even though he's got the man bun. It's not, like, oh my God, like, let me do your job. No. But it is the most corporate way to celebrate a couple, like bringing the corporation into your home. Maybe she is the HR lady. See, I didn't think about that. Like, if she is the HR lady, a lot of the things would be explained. But again, like if you're an HR lady, the things that you learned is how to abuse people at your company. Don't do it at home. Don't do it in your relationship. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.